Welcome back, everybody. My name is Silent Knight, and it is time for our Philadelphia Eagles franchise. This is just going to be a quick video getting us ready to the point where on the next episode, it will be the draft and free agency as well as the rest of the offseason in its entirety. Let's check out and see what happens as we simulate forward in the playoffs. This week it's the Ravens against the Titans, Seahawks against the Panthers, Steelers against the Patriots, and the Vikings against the Cowboys. Let's simulate forward and see what happens. The Tennessee Titans defeated the Baltimore Ravens. The Seattle Seahawks defeated the Carolina Panthers. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat the New England Patriots. And the Dallas Cowboys beat the Minnesota Vikings, setting up championship weekend as Steelers against Titans and Seahawks against Cowboys. This video here is just going to be a quick little update getting us ready for the live stream, which will be this Wednesday, December 13th at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern. So hop in for my first little stream here on YouTube, first Madden stream, and help me get the offseason going. The first draft, first set of free agency. I want as many people here as possible, so share it. Give it to your friends, let them know the lowdown. I just want to make this successful. I want to make this something you guys enjoy. I want this to be something where I get your viewpoints as well as mine, and we collaborate and make the best team possible. Let's just have a blast and get it going. I'm really excited for it. Gonna give an offer here to Trevor Bradley, a world-class trainer. He's the cheapest one on the board. I'm not necessarily sure if levels make a difference. I mean, he's not the cheapest one, but he is the farthest one down. Actually, I suppose Nick Garrett may be the best option. We'll give him a 2-year deal at 100K, see if he'll accept that. But I'm really enjoying this series. Hopefully you guys are as well. There was definitely some hiccups, and I definitely could have been more consistent with my uploading. But stuff happens, man, with work, with real life, and everything else. So we're hitting it heavy here. Come Season 2, there's going to be 2 to 3 uploads a week, possibly more sometimes. I want to keep blasting through and keep going through as many seasons as possible. Checking out the roster, there's definitely some... We definitely have some strong points, and we definitely have a lot of weaknesses. Lots of glaring holes and aging players that we can definitely try to update and try to improve on. So I'm very, very, very excited for where the series is going, guys. Hopefully you guys are as well. Leave a like down below. Let me know your thoughts. Give me some players you think are possible replacements. Give me some people you think weren't super fantastic this season, and going into next season, some people you have your eyes on. So let's collaborate and work on this whole thing together. Simulating forward, let's see if we have anybody that is in the Pro Bowl. Nick Garrett did accept our offer. Fantastic. And these Steelers beat the Titans, and these Seahawks beat Dallas in a nail-biter, making your Super Bowl matchup the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. Definitely an interesting matchup style-wise. The Steelers absolutely shut us down. I'm sorry. The Seahawks shut us down both times we played them. Incredible defense, a very mobile offense, lots of high power possible. And the Steelers, what can you say about the Bees, the Killer Bees? Bryant, Bell, Brown, and of course Big Ben. That is a scary team with a very solid defense as well. I can't wait to see what happens. Let's see if we have any Eagles in the Pro Bowl. Mariota and Rodgers as starters. Brady, Prescott. Cam, Alex Smith. Zeke and DeMarco, 2 former Cowboys. Freeman, Terrence West. Riddick and Marshawn. Coleman, Rupkowski. Come on, gotta have a couple Eagles in here. Kelvin Benjamin, Greg Olsen, Reed, Ebron Smith, Khalil. No Eagles yet. This is a little disheartening. Brandon Graham is there. Very well deserved. Is Cox in there? There's Fletcher Cox. Wow, Derek Barnett did not make the Pro Bowl. Aaron Donald and Mike Daniels. Wow, that's a little surprising. I thought he was almost a shoo-in, especially as a rookie. But it looks like just... Wow, just Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox are our only starters. Our only Pro Bowl players. That is a little disheartening and very surprising. We'll have to see if we can get more in there in year 2. I know that next year I definitely want to be able to show off a lot more of my scouting and who I'm targeting and why. I definitely made that mistake here in year one, but again, this is my first time doing a franchise series, so bear with me. If you guys have any stuff that you've seen someone else do or anything that I could do better, please let me know. It will not dishearten me. It will not affect me or anything. I just want to get better. I want to be better for you and definitely for myself. But let's see what we have going on here. There are 6 quarterbacks projected to be taken in the first 2 rounds and 1 in the third. So this looks like a season where a lot of QB needy teams will be able to stock up a little bit. For running backs, definitely some pure talent here. I do not think that we are going to re-sign LeGarrette Blount. I think he's an aging veteran and possibly will want too much money coming off a very solid season. We'll have to see if we can negotiate, but if not, there's definitely some talent available if we decide to keep our first rounder. But one player that I absolutely love is this player right here, Ross Ransom, a 6th round talent with an A stiff arm, B plus trucking, and B for carrying. He's 23, he's 6 foot tall, he's 226, nice big power back out of Illinois State. Definitely someone I'm going to try hard to pick up. Wide receivers, as you can tell, I've scouted pretty much all of them. There's definitely some pretty solid first-round talent available, especially here with Trey Shalman. He's an early first-round talent. He's 6'1", he's 23, A- spec catch, B+ catching, and B+ catching in traffic. Someone who gets him is going to have a fantastic receiver here for years to come. Another person I have my eye on is, of course, Moses Wooten. He's 6'4", 236, A spec catch, B+ release, and B+ catching. This dude is going to be a freak in the NFL. One player here I like a lot is Bronson Curry. He's 22, he's 6'2", B+ catching, B spec catch, and B- release. Definitely someone who, if he's available in our 4th round, we may have to take him. And if there's going to be a run on receivers, he may be someone who we trade up to get. We have a monopoly of picks in the 4th and 5th rounds. Definitely something we can use to try to get him. Another player I like a lot is Antonio Ship. He's 23, 6'2", B+ catching in traffic, B catching, and B- route running. Solid possession receiver who's late round price tag, maybe something we can take advantage of. And of course, the possible draft gem, Keon Stevens Howling. He's 23, he's 6'6", B for catching, B catching in traffic, and a C for spec catch. Definitely seems like a raw prospect, and he is 23, but as an undrafted talent, he may be a gold mine. Checking out our tight ends, we're just going to go to the draft board, actually. Jonathan Kirkland is the #1 draft prospect on my board. B catching in traffic, B spec catch, B- for catching. Behind him, another first-round talent is Bruce Calamant. He has a B spec catch, B- catching, and B- catching in traffic. Definitely someone super solid. I think we're going to re-sign Trey Burton. I think Selleck may be going, so we may be looking for another receiving body, if not a blocking body at tight end. I'll have to see what happens with the free agency wire, but definitely in the market for a new tight end. Offensive line, I put a ton of scouting points into. It's not a very deep draft on the offensive line. There is a ton of red numbers here across the board, but there's definitely some decent greens, and there's a lot of talent here, especially here with grades in the mid-level, which we have a lot of picks for. I think we can definitely use some here to beef up our offensive line, whether it be depth or possible starters. Remember, Jason Peters is not getting any younger. He's definitely up there. And I think our other tackle, Lane Johnson, did not play up to his ability either. Stefan Wisniewski's getting older. Jason Kelsey's getting older, our center. Lots of stuff may be happening this season and the coming years on our offensive line. And it starts right here with possible talent. Graham Verdon Wheeler. A B run block, B- impact block, and C. Not super incredible, but possibly good enough to help bridge a gap. And here for a 6th round grade, Kevin Lopez. B- run block, B- impact block, and C+ for run block. Definitely a very solid player here that I'm going to have my eye on very heavily. Here at left guard, I'm scouting Teray Walker. A- impact block, B- run block, and C for run block. So I'm sorry, C for pass block. Not the most incredible talent across the board for stats, but impact block, he might be super strong and may be able to knock some people on their bum. And we have Will Bojacic. Help me out in the comments below if you can. B, impact block, B minus run block, C plus pass block. Not super incredible, nothing stand out, but maybe good enough to help supplant this offensive line, especially in the 4th round price tag. Center here is very interesting. Blair Roosevelt, a B plus impact block, B minus pass block, and C plus run block. Again, he wouldn't be the sexy pick here in the 1st round, and we may try to trade back, especially because there's not really that superstar player, especially at 23 where we're picking. But, again, we got to keep loading up on talent. Right guard, there's a lot of talent here, especially in the later rounds. A 6th round grade on Zach Kubiak, but he has an A minus impact block, B run block, and C for pass block. There's a lot of talent here on this offensive line, guys. We're definitely going to have to spend at least 1 or 2 picks here just to keep the future of this offensive line integrity. Darius DeGrade has a B run block, B impact block, and C plus pass block. 3rd round price tag, late 3rd round. He may be there in the 4th round for us. It's possible. We'll have to see how the cookie crumbles, man. Here at right guard, we have possible Rashawn Hendricks. B for pass block, B for impact block, C minus a run block, though. That may be low enough down to take him off the board entirely for me. That is not going to be a very high number whatsoever. But here's a possible steal. VJ Poole, a mid-6th round grade, B for run block, B for impact block, and C plus for pass block. He might have some solid talent there, especially in the 6th round. Not much on the defensive line scouting. A couple players here and there, but Victor Sanu definitely stood out at B plus tackle, C plus for hit power, and C plus for block shedding. He would, of course, be depth and possibly supplant at defensive tackle. I'm not sure if we're going to keep Timmy Jernigan, but he may be someone we look at here pretty heavily. George Cursus? He has a B plus at block shedding, C plus hit power, and C plus for pursuit. The numbers aren't super great there, but he is a cover 2 linebacker. I'm pretty sure his zone coverage skills are going to be very solid. Possible mid-70s, if not even low 80s. Definitely someone I have my eye on if he slips. And undrafted here, we have Lynn Merritt out of Washington, who's a run stopper. He has B plus tackle, C plus pursuit, and C for hit power. Not anything super eye-popping, but I think he might be a very solid player here for us. Possibly. Middle linebacker is very interesting. Tawan Fair is projected as an early 1st round talent out of Auburn. He's a prototype. B plus for tackle, B plus hit power, and B for block shedding. This dude is going to be a freak in the middle, wreaking havoc for years to come on whoever gets him. Another interesting player, Malcolm Meadows. He's 23 out of Oregon. A minus hit power, B for tackling, and B for block shedding. Some definite possibilities here if we want to continue with Jordan Hicks. Possibly put Hicks outside, or whoever we draft possibly in the middle, put them outside. There's definitely some interesting possibilities here. Demaric Figures, a late 6th round talent with B hit power, B minus pursuit, and C plus tackle. It's a 6th round. What are you going to do? At right outside, out of Wisconsin, Eric McCune. He's a mid-1st round talent with A minus hit power, B for tackle, and B minus for block shedding. He's a pass rusher. This guy might help put us over the edge. We'll have to see how the cookie falls. Cornerbacks, man. I scouted everything. There's so many corners here that I scouted in rounds 4 and later, just because I knew that we didn't have anything, after pick 23 until pick 14 of the 4th round. Had to do what we could for talent. I know that we have some young players with Darby and Sidney Jones especially, and Jalen Mills who did very solid this year, but I want to keep adding more. I want to keep getting better. Trey Pierre-Paul is an incredibly interesting player. He's 6'2", he's 22 from UCLA. He's got run support as his type, which is pretty interesting. I assume he's going to be very good at tackling, which is definitely what we need. He has a B plus for man coverage, a B for press, and a C plus for zone. This guy almost looks like a safety. Definitely someone I have my eye on pretty heavily. Dixon Biakabutaka, a 2nd round talent, B minus zone. It's nice seeing someone whose zone is very high. I run a lot of zone. It's always nice to get better at that. C plus for man and C plus for press. He's 23, 6 foot tall, and I'm going to have a blast saying that name. Have to see if we can get in the second round, though. Aaron Merritt is another interesting player in the 5th round. B plus for press, a C plus for zone, and a C for man. Definitely someone I have my eye on as well. At free safety, Morgan Harmon looks like that late round talent who can put you over the edge. This is how good teams become great, and great teams stay amazing. They take people like Morgan Harmon, B plus hit power, C plus tackle, and C plus for zone, and they develop him into a freak. Granted, he is 23 years old, but I do think he's going to have at least quick development, possibly. Have to see. Parker Hoffman, a 3rd round talent with C plus zone, C plus tackle, C plus hit power. Nothing really screams out at it, but he seems consistent across the board. He seems like a very good athlete. Parrish Haynes has the exact same stats as Parker Hoffman, just a little bit earlier. He's a 1st round prospect with a 2nd round talent, where Parker Haynes is a 3rd and a 3rd. I definitely think we can get Parker instead of Parrish if it comes down to it. And I didn't have too many points left, so I scouted Canarius Russell kind of blindly, and he has a B for hit power in the 5th round, something I have my eye on. For strong safety, Bennett Short is absolutely the class of the draft at safety. A minus hit power, B minus coverage, and B minus tackling. There's a lot of players here, but I wasn't able to scout them all. A lot of these players that I scouted definitely had red grades, which is a little concerning. I don't think this is the best draft for talent, but I think it may be a very good draft for depth. So let me know what you guys think down below. I hope to see all of you, any of you really, here this Wednesday, December 13th at 6 p.m. Central. 6 p.m. Central. Share it, subscribe, like it, love it. Tell me what you think of this. I've never done a live comm with this before. I know it's probably the kind of choppy sounding. I'm going to edit out, some stuff that's delayed or doesn't sound super good, but this is still brand new to me. I'm trying to get better. I'm more comfortable with the camera on or doing a post commentary, so this is kind of new. It's a lot of talking, man. So let me know what you guys think. Leave the love. I will catch you guys very, very, very soon. Wednesday, December 13th, 6 p.m.